This is the Oasis News Organization. Oh no. My third trip down to the Oasis, where I'm building an off-grid shelter for the world headquarters of Oh No. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to tip your bartenders and waitresses, even if they are trying to sell you some Schlitz. So the first time I was down there, it didn't rain. Second time, it didn't rain. I hauled a bunch of lumber down there. But the third time, it rained. Now, I'm a city boy. And anytime it rains, my truck is parked on cement. Well, cement doesn't get muddy. But my first lesson I learned being off the grid and in the country was if it rains, immediately move your vehicle to a hard surface. Because if you don't, you end up getting stuck. Zorro and I successfully got both of our trucks stuck. And we piddled with it, and we piddled with it. And we finally threw up our hands, and we called a tow truck driver, and my truck was 200 feet off the road. Zorro's was about 150. So we had him towed out, and I rode with him back to Dallas. Then the next trip, he brought me down and left, and I spent all day trying to get my truck undone so I could save money. That didn't work, so I called that same tow truck driver. He got me out. Getting two pickup trucks stuck at the same time is the definition of an oh no moment. So first, I was going to use all those single boards, lay them down there. But then I figured, well, if I drive my truck on there, it's going to bust all those boards in half. And then I won't be able to use them for anything. So I looked around some more. And I found, I didn't find, I had fence panels. And I have these fence panels, and I have to drag them up from where I had unloaded them out of my truck. And I'm doing all of this in the rain. So I'm formulating my plan, but it seems like something's coming up. Oh, it's time for What's in Your Closet. This is my Jimi Hendrix Experience tie-dye psychedelic t-shirt. And I thought I saw Jimi Hendrix in 1968. I was a sophomore at Bryan Adams High School in Dallas. And my buddy Glenn, he was a senior, so he had been sneaking into concerts for a while. So we go down and we sneak into this concert. Now the headliner was the Cream. And we both remember it this way, that Jimi Hendrix fronted the Cream. But I've done some research, and yes, the Cream were there at the Dallas Music Hall, and we saw the Cream, but evidently my research shows that Hendrix was up in Ohio or something. I cut these cedar limbs, so back to the wooden parking lot, and I lay them down, which raises me up out of the so-called floodplain. You can see the puddles of water there. And then I put fence panels, which had been cut in half, laid them on top of the cedar branches. Now, of course, there are nails and screws there, so I'll take care of that problem in a minute. So in the piles of lumber that I brought down with me, I got plywood. Now, I'd already cleaned up the plywood and got rid of all the nails and screws and staples, all that mess. So I lay the plywood down on the fence panels, and look at that. With a little inspiration from the Rolling Stones, I have myself a wooden parking place. That was my first, I have a problem, let's figure it out. All the people that had been driving by watching what this city boy dumbass had been doing, now they could see the fruits of my labor. Now, today's musical line is from James McMurtry. The song is Copper Canyon. The line is, "Honey, don't be yelling at me while I'm cleaning my gun. I'll wash the blood off the tailgate when deer season's done."
Honey, don't you be yelling at me when I'm cleaning my gun.
Remember, oh-no's, world peace begins at home. Oh, by the way, that oh-no moment of two trucks stuck in the mud, well, that cost $300.